Hi, I'm Nicole, and I do stuff. Like many teenage girls, I was once obsessed with Wattpad. Now, for those of you who have been living under a rock, Wattpad is a huge online community of writers. Now, I'm sure there are some great stories out there on it. There are a lot of questionable things. So one day, since I have no life, I decided to delve deep into the realm of outlandish Wattpad fanfictions. And the two popular franchises that I instantly thought of were the Hunger Games and boy bands. More specifically, One Direction. I was never a fan of One Direction. I didn't see the appeal in their dreamy smiles and British accents. But I did thoroughly enjoy the Hunger Games series. I never expected there to be fanfictions that combined the two worlds, though. Boy, was I wrong. There were dozens of One Direction x Hunger Games fanfictions. There was such a variety to choose from. Finally, though, I decided on one goldmine of a story. One Direction Hunger Games. I mean, the title alone tells you everything you need to know, and 225 people have taken the time to read this, so clearly it's pretty good. But let's take a look at the description. This is the 74th Annual Hunger Games. 2 people from each district, will be chosen to compete to marry one of the 4 One Direction boys. So, clearly this book is set after Zayn left the group, and the author seems to want to make that pretty clear. And as you can tell by my disembodied voice, which I assure you is full of enthusiasm, I am dying to read this story. So, let's get started. The first chapter is introducing our leading lady, Naomi. Naomi, whatever. I mean, she seems like a stereotypical pretty but doesn't realize it Wattpad protagonist, and we even get a cute little photo of her. She lives with her siblings and dad since her mother passed away, which of course always has to happen in these Wattpad fanfictions. And apparently she knows Harry already, so this girl is in on the loop and ready to snatch up some British boys. So the second chapter starts off a little boring, but we meet Carolina, Naomi's best friend, and then her whole family goes to watch the news. This is what they hear. Welcome to tonight's news broadcasting. Tonight is the night that we have been waiting a year for. The 74th Annual Husband Games. They seriously called it the Husband Games, okay. Now, parents, we do this because it keeps the peace behind each and every district. These young women and or men fight to keep us safe, or at least this year will be different. There will be a series of challenges that will send 2 girls or boys that will be sent home. There will be more information at the reopening, the news anchor said before the TV went silent. So this isn't even the Hunger Games, this is the Husband Games. Now, somehow making girls fight over a husband is supposed to keep the peace and make everyone safe. I find that more than a little sketchy, but apparently everyone's just went with this for 74 years, so let's just keep going. Then there's a time skip to the reopening, and Naomi's all glammed up, standing with Carolina, and they're both ready to die, finding a potential husband. This is what she says. After I take my spot, the game starts. The lady named Michelle starts explaining things to everyone. Welcome to the 74th Husband Games. This year, our hosts are One Direction. They will pull the names out of this bowl for the 2 tributes, Michelle says. I'm not sure if her name is spelled with 2 L's or 1 L, but okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Niall. Is he the blonde one? I don't know. I'm gonna pull the first name. The blonde one says, yes, okay, it was. Walking over to the bowl. The first name is Hannah Gray, Niall says into the microphone. Hannah and I used to be best friends. You gotta add in a little drama there. That is, till her father claimed that I hung out with her too much and poisoned her mind. I look behind me to see her family, including her father, crying. I have never known for Mr. Gray to cry. I turn my head and body back to the stage, once I hear Liam speak. My name is Liam, and I will pull the next name, the one in plaid says. The next name is Naomi Fowler. What a surprise. He says, looking into the audience. I sit there frozen with fear. After I get the courage to, I finally walk up to the stage. Louis holds his hand out to mine after I reach the steps of the stage. When I get up on the stage, the 4 boys hugged us. Here are our tributes. May the odds be ever in your favor, Michelle says into the microphone. The next thing I know, I'm being pulled inside, knowing my life would change forever. And who knows if I'll ever get to see my family ever again. Guess none of the original Hunger Games characters are in this, since that girl Michelle, with probably 2 L's but maybe 1, snatched up Effie Trinket's spot, but whatever. What a dramatic ending, though, to the first real chapter. I'm, clearly on the edge of my seat. Let's keep going. So, eventually in the third chapter, Homegirl said all of her emotional goodbyes, and now it's time for her to chat it up with our dreamboats. Finally, the One Direction boys. A couple minutes later, I went and sat in the windowsill. Next thing I know, there is a knock on the door. "Come in," I call from the window I was sitting at. "Hey, I thought I'd come get you. It's time to go to the train," Niall said, walking over to me as he offered my hand. "Okay, Niall, can I ask you something?" I asked when we get close to the train. "Yeah, sure," he said, stopping to look at me when we entered the train. "Why did you and the boys agree to this?" I asked. "I don't know really, I guess. We didn't want to, but management and Mr. Snow told us we didn't have a choice," he explains as we started walking again. Okay, so apparently there are still Hunger Games characters in this because Mr. Snow is still creeping around. But I don't know. Also, I love how Naomi is just totally okay with talking to this uber famous guy who she may end up marrying and she may end up dying for. Like, she literally doesn't care. But I guess we're just continuing. "How many of us are there?" I ask as we go to the food court. "Well, I think 24, but honestly I don't know. This boy is not very educated. I think they're going to get a few more later tonight," he explained. "Oh, okay. Thanks, Niall," I say, walking past a few tables. "Here's your table, Miss Naomi," Niall says as he pulls out my chair. "Where is everyone?" I ask, looking around from the empty trolley. "The other girl from your district said that she wasn't hungry, so it's just going to be us two right now. The boys will be here in a few minutes," Niall explains. We finally get some alone time, apparently. "Hey, Niall, you're," without the E, "here," Louie yells, running up to us. So much for that alone time, but... "Hey, Louie, this is Naomi Fowler. Naomi, this here is Louie Tomlinson." Tomlinson? Whatever. "He's way more childish than you think," Niall said, causing me and everyone but Louie to laugh. "Okay, here comes Dreamboat Louie then. At least I don't flirt with girls I just met," Louie shot back. "She's cute, so of course Niall would talk to her," Harry said, laughing. "Wait, Harry's here too now? Okay, the boy band members are just multiplying." "I'm not that cute," I say, blushing uncomfortably. "Are you kidding? You're gorgeous," Harry says with a serious tone. "Are you kidding? You're gorgeous." This boy didn't even say hi to Naomi or introduce herself. He just goes straight to calling her gorgeous in a serious tone, whatever that implies. And then immediately after that, we get a time skip. So now Michelle's found us, and we're brought to the other tribute, who we used to be friends with, Hannah. The author didn't specify what she looked like, so I'm just going to make her young Ashley Tisdale, because who wouldn't want to be a young Ashley Tisdale? "So, Hannah, what do you like to do?" Harry asks, looking over at Hannah. "Eat, play guitar, and sing," she said quietly, looking over at me. She described me and my personality. She only liked the things I liked. No matter how hard I tried to listen to other music, she had to like it too. So, this girl could just have similar interests to Naomi, and like similar music, since they used to be friends and all, but she's clearly obsessed with finding out everything our main character likes and copying it. Makes total sense. "What's your favorite song?" Louie asked, catching her off guard. "Lost Boy" by Ruth B. "Favorite color?" Niall asks. Wow, he's asking some tough questions here. "Look, I can already tell you this. There's only going to be only me or Naomi. I already know that one of you are going to pick her, and I'll be the one who goes back to my family, or even killed." What? They're dying. These girls are dying. "Which I could care less either way," Hannah snaps, getting up and going back to her room. That went from 0 to 100 real fast. And after that, there's just a few sentences of them being like, "Oh yeah, Hannah's dad is mean," and the boys being like, "Wow, that sucks." And then they get told to go to bed. And that's the end of the chapter. That's all we're left with. I am betrayed. I do not feel like I got what I deserved. I want more drama. I want more dreamboats. We're moving on to the next chapter. It better be better than this. Apparently the author needs to rewrite this chapter because it's mixed up, but we're going to read it anyway. Because now we get a Niall point of view from the next morning. "I had a hard time falling asleep last night. All I could think about was Naomi and how perfect she looked. As usual, our generic pretty brunette is absolutely perfect. What a surprise. When I did eventually fall asleep, I only got an hour's sleep until someone woke me up. 'Niall, you need to wake up. We'll be at the Capitol in a few minutes,' Liam says, knocking on my door. 'Okay, I'll be up in a minute,' I called as I grabbed my phone. After I got dressed, I went to the lunch car and saw that Hannah and Naomi were hanging out with the boys. 'Morning, Niall,' everyone says as I take a seat. After that, Michelle, whose name apparently only has one L now, tells them off for forgetting about the girls in the other districts, and they make up some dumb excuses. Then there's a time skip to the Capitol. Naomi's POV. "So what are we going to do?" Hannah asked Michelle, with one L now. "Well, you girls can do whatever, but you can't pick your own rooms. You're going to be getting roommates. They'll be competing against you for the boys that you're going to be marrying," she explained. "How do we know who we're going to marry?" I asked. "Hannah is going to be with Harry, and you're competing for Niall," she says, looking at the both of us. So not only are they forced to fight to the death for some boy, they don't even get to choose their boy. After Michelle told us a little bit more information about what we were going to be doing once the other girls arrived, Hannah and I decided to look around. When we went to the kitchen to get some food, Hannah started talking to me and saying sorry about her dad. "Hey, Naomi, I'm really sorry about everything that my dad put me through," Hannah says. "It's fine. I actually saw it coming. He never did like me," I said. "I know. I just wish that I could have had at least one friend growing up. That's so sad. But my dad never really let me have friends." "Well, if you want, we can be friends. We might not be as close as we were when we were younger, but we could try," I say as she looks up to me. "You really mean that?" she asked, smiling. "Yeah, I really do," I said, smiling back. I've got to admit that was actually kind of sweet. I mean, it's nice that they're actually becoming friends again, even after Naomi was complaining about her like less than 12 hours ago. But instead of them just being rivals, they're actually friends, and that's nice. That's not a usual cliche Wattpad story trope. After that, we decided to watch some movies until the other girls arrived. We ended up watching The Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2, as well as The Hunger Games Catching Fire. We were going to watch a One Direction movie, but then the other girls arrived. I wasn't going to read that one little part until I realized that they watched the Hunger Games movie. That implies that in this universe, Katniss and Peeta are fictional characters who take down the whole Hunger Games system. Mr. Snow is also in it and super evil, even though he's the president of the actual universe. That makes zero sense, and that creates a dozen more questions. Wouldn't people stop supporting the husband games if they saw that movie? Did things happen in the movie that also happened in this universe too? Am I reading too much into this one dumb sentence? Probably. So now the girls all come in, and so do our dreamboats, and we find out who's fighting for who. Our leading lady, Naomi, is against Shauna, Sierra, Molly, Lisa, and Nicole with 2 C's. Look, the author even took the time to make a little list of all the girls. That's nice. Then we find out that our roommate is a girl named Liberty, and we go to talk to her. After we read down the list, I went over to find my roommate, Liberty. After a few minutes, I found her, and we walked up to our room, and once we got in there, I see Niall was there. As we got closer, I saw that he put something on our beds. "Oh, hey, Niall, everything okay?" Liberty and I ask. "Yeah, I was just bringing up a couple things for you girls to do your room with," he says, before leaving. Before he left, he put something in my hand. I looked down and saw that it was a piece of paper that was folded. I looked behind me and he whispered something. "Read it when she's asleep," he says, before leaving. "You okay, Naomi?" Liberty asked, snapping me back to reality. "Yeah, I'm fine. Just thinking about my little brother is all," I say. So apparently Naomi can be a little deceitful, a little devious even. She's already keeping secrets from her roommate. So once that happens, she continues her lie about missing home, and then the chapter is just over. On that suspenseful note, I think I'll end this part here. The story has 13 parts though, so I'm down to make a part 2. What will Naomi's letter say? Will she win the husband games? And most importantly, how the hell is Michelle's name spelled?